have a good relationship with your mom, that is not something many turn heads to. But if you're a grown adult who communicates to their mom by using baby talk, it is a little unusual, plus giving each other pet names. Late actress Natalie Wood actually dated Elvis in the 1950s and talked about the odd relationship he had with his own mom. Elvis was a fan of Natalie and she was a fan of him. He even rented out an entire theater for their date once, which she wasn't used to. All things seemed to be going well until Lana Woods, who is Natalie's sister, recalled a phone call she received from Natalie while she flew to meet his family in Memphis. Natalie informed her sister that Elvis's mom wrecked everything and stated, "I don't have a chance, get me out of this and fast." And that's when the sisters agreed that their mom would call Natalie and ask her to come home because of a family emergency. And since then, their love fizzled out. And according to Lana, Natalie told her it was awful and even added that he can sing, but he can't do much else. Priscilla has even talked about Elvis and his mom and confirmed they did baby talk, but spoke pretty positively about her, but acknowledges she did play a significant role in Elvis's life. I'm sure some of you know this, but I was not one. Although Elvis was known worldwide and an estimated 40% of Elvis's music sales have been outside of the United States, he actually didn't perform outside of North America. When your favorite artist goes on tour, many fans from all over the world hope they're able to buy tickets to the artist they're always listening to, especially if they get a rare chance to see them perform. But besides a few concerts he gave in Canada, he has never performed elsewhere other than the US, and a number of sources suggested that Elvis's manager, Colonel Parker, turned down offers for Elvis to perform abroad because Parker was actually an undocumented immigrant and feared he would be denied entry back into the States if he traveled overseas. And we have Elvis times 2. A lot of people don't know Elvis actually was a twin, and this was a rumor a lot of people at the time heard about. Back on January 8th, 1935, Jesse Garon Presley was unfortunately stillborn, but he was Elvis's identical twin brother. Elvis was delivered around 35 minutes after his late brother, and the next day they buried Jesse. Elvis did speak about his twin growing up and how he grew up as an only child in a poor family, and because of the traumatic birth, Gladys, who is Elvis's mother, was unable to conceive and have more children, plus Elvis himself seemed to be struggling with the loss, as well as research actually suggests and shown that twins have a bond within the womb that is irreplaceable when one twin passes. And since he was buried in a shoebox in an unmarked grave in Tupelo, he was actually never been transferred or moved to Memphis where the rest of his family was put to rest, but there is a headstone in his honor in Graceland. And we have Ginger Alden. She is an actress and was once engaged to Elvis. After his divorce from Priscilla, he became engaged to Ginger and unfortunately passed before the two could tie the knot. Vice notes in her memoir, Elvis and Ginger, that she detailed a few incidents that were centered around Elvis's unpredictable attitude. According to Ginger, there was one night where Elvis was eating compulsively and was particularly fond of yogurt, and she told her fiance that she didn't think he needed any more yogurt, but he still insisted for Ginger to bring more. They fell asleep, but Ginger was awakened when Elvis fired his. Although he didn't strike Ginger, it did hit the headboard of their bed, and according to Ginger, Elvis would call an attention getter. And we have girls, not women. Elvis preferred young girls, and when I say young, I don't mean 18 or 19, but like young. In fact, he met Priscilla, who would be his future wife and mother of his child, when she was just 14 years old. This isn't the only instance, because in Williamson's book, Elvis Presley, A Southern Life, he talks about how Elvis was on tour. He would spend time with 3 girls who were all young that would pillow fight, wrestle, tickle, and even kiss him when he was 22. And when he was 18, he began dating Dixie Locke, who was 15. He would call his girlfriend obsessively while he was away and would dress her in clothes of his choice. His nurse in the 1970s, Latita Kirk, said there were so many teenagers that were brought to his home, and even alleged that a man named DJ George Klein would bring these teens for Elvis to check out, and even called it a revolving door. She didn't try to learn any of their names because there was just too many. In fact, some of these teens came forward in a documentary with their stories and how he would instantly be touchy with the girls and they were scared to be left alone with him. And we have the silver suitcase. While Elvis was in his 7-year relationship with Priscilla, they took some photos using a Polaroid during their physical encounters, and they photographed themselves in different poses, costumes, and scenes, and these Polaroid photos were kept in a silver suitcase. And after his passing, the silver suitcase was delivered to Priscilla, which she admitted she got most of them back and did destroy them, but there was a few out there. It's unknown where the rest of the photographs are, but I hope Priscilla is able to recover them and do what she wishes with the remaining photos. If Elvis is God, in Priscilla's 1985 tell-all, Elvis and Me, she revealed that Elvis taught her everything. She shared how he taught her how to dress, how to walk, how to apply makeup, how to wear her hair, how to behave, and how to return love his way, and she said he even became her father, husband, and nearly God. In fact, he refused to let Priscilla pursue modeling and acting, and instead got her into karate, which he loved. But you'll find out why he had to change that later on in this video. But it was clear Priscilla, who met Elvis and began a romantic relationship with him from such a young and vulnerable age, looked up to him for everything. And we have a two-way mirror. This secret wasn't revealed until the 2014 biography Elvis Presley: A Southern Life by Joel Williamson was released. It was revealed Elvis enjoyed watching young women mud wrestle, and he actually spied on couples in one of his Hollywood homes by installing a two-way mirror in the bathroom. So yeah, Elvis could literally have access to view anyone using his bathroom in his home, as many don't assume there's something different about his mirror. So next time you're using a bathroom, keep an eye out for Elvis. And we have entanglement. Like we mentioned before, Elvis got Priscilla into karate after he wouldn't allow her to pursue modeling and acting. Her instructor was Mike Stone, and Priscilla admitted she still loved Elvis, but over the next few months, she knew she would have to make a crucial decision regarding her destiny. Priscilla ended up having an entanglement with Mike, and eventually Elvis realized what was going on. So he asked Priscilla to go to his hotel room, where she recalls Elvis forcefully made love to her while saying, "This is how a real man makes love to his woman." But Priscilla still clarifies her relationship wasn't a dark fairy tale, as he would pour his heart out to her in every way, and she was the only person who would sit there and listen to comfort him. I want to know all your thoughts on this because I have a ton. And we have trying to deport the Beatles. And no, I don't mean the insect, but the band themselves. After the Beatles began rising to fame and they became a part of the hippie counterculture, Elvis didn't like them, and he actually met the band, and in the years following their initial meeting, Ringo Starr, who was a member of the Beatles, claimed Elvis tried to ban them from entering the USA. Ringo also recalled some interesting interactions he noticed while being around Elvis, as he claimed that whenever Elvis would announce he was going to the bathroom, his team would agree and go to the bathroom with him. And Ringo said it was so strange, and he grew angry because he wasn't making any music and not doing what he should have been doing. They kind of faded and never grew closer, but he does call Elvis a nice guy, and how he was glad he met him, and Paul McCartney even said it was one of the great meetings of his life. But years after those good sayings, Ringo said that years and years later, they found out Elvis tried to have them banned from the States because he was very big with the CIA. And he feels saddened that Elvis felt so threatened that he thought the ban was bad for the American youth. We have made it to the end of our list. Which rumor shocked you the most? And of course, leave all your thoughts down below, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.